go into, I think it's the next 2 or maybe just the next 1, go into a playoff.
Oh, so if you finish first in your group, you qualify.
Only first.
Second and third playoff.
Yes.
Yeah, it gets hard.
So it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Granted, they still should have had, they should have got the job done.
Yeah.
And they didn't. I don't know why. It's just Italy these days, man. They just, you just watch them and you're like, this is not the same team that played last week.
So far, they've lost their identity. But
they've not only lost their identity, they're just consistency is dead. They have no consistency. Yeah, Socceroos.
On the up.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Socceroos are through to the round of 32.
Yeah, let's rip it off.
So now it's the old school World Cup starts next week. 32 teams.
Yes. Yeah, now the original World Cup starts.
But still a huge achievement to get through, no one thought Australia was actually going to get out of the group.
No.
So,
I'm low-key livid that we lost to America.
Yeah.
Like, just that game. I'm livid about that game only.
Yeah.
Because I just really wanted to beat the Americans.
And I think we could have given a better crack as well. But, we didn't really play to win the first half, and then it was pretty much over 2-0 down, chasing our tails.
Yeah, and you could almost argue that the World Cup is not a time to start changing squads and playing with tactics.
And we have a better chance of getting a result against Paraguay to secure enough points where we don't want to risk.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But they got through.
We are through.
Yeah, boys.
Pokemon.
What about it?
Apparently that's what we meet to talk about.
I don't believe you.
Let's just keep talking about football.
Yeah, just football.
So speaking of football and Pokemon, how cool are those the futsal cards?
Which futsal cards?
Yeah, the Pikachu playing futsal, the soccer. There's like 5 of them.
I've seen them. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have seen those.
I remember a few years ago. Probably no more than 2 years ago. It was. I was looking at them. I was like, oh my god, I love Pokemon. I love football. I should totally get those cards. And they were cheap. They were like, I don't know, $20-$30 maybe max. Like it was really like affordable, fun little thing to buy. And like they've like quadrupled in price now. And I was like,
I'm not surprised.
I'm not paying for that now.
Yeah, correct. Well, actually, segue and a half. Speaking of ball sports, so some people would have seen.
Have you been watching the Formula One?
Let me land.
Yeah.
Let me land. Right. Some people would have seen that there was like a collaboration of sorts. So Bandai that run, they created the One Piece TCG, Dragon Ball TCG. They've done Gundam, or doing Gundam, I should say. But there was like I don't remember the team. It might have been the Dodgers. So baseball. I think it was Dodgers. Don't quote me on it. I don't know. We'll put up the card anyway. Yeah, Spielberg editing. We'll do that. But there was like a Naruto collab.
Oh, okay.
Right now they've done it in the past. With like Luffy was like there was like a New York Yankees, I'm pretty sure, collaboration. They even did a BVB collaboration, which was sick. I wish I could get my hands on that card. It's very expensive. So it's just
sports cards?
They're not sports cards. They're Luffy from One Piece.
Yeah.
Just like collaborating with Team A and Team B. Like he did it with
on One Piece cards?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. One with like Borussia Dortmund. Really? Another one with like the New York Yankees.
Are they playable?
I think technically yes, but you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like why would you?
They're not strong or anything.
You immediately send it off to PSA.
Right.
They're essentially promo cards.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes, like amongst other TCG promo cards are playable. Technically, they've got the text on them or whatever, but you don't.
Yeah.
So there was a Naruto one, and there was a big announcement coming from Bandai like days later. People are kind of starting to put 2 and 2 together. Like, why is Naruto all of a sudden got a? Are we live?
No, it went dark. I think it expanded a little bit and blocked out the light.
Give him a second. Give him a second.
Yeah, so I'm patient.
Yeah, everyone was kind of like, why Naruto all of a sudden on cards, period, have anything to do with ball sports and these collaborations and such, and why is Bandai all of a sudden doing
what's going on
announcement? Big drop, Naruto TCG coming next year. For non-anime fans, Naruto, you know Naruto. Yeah, he's been around. It's been around for God knows how long. Since the Dragon Ball days, essentially, since the early Pokemon days. Naruto was always there, which is why it was always considered, the One Piece days, which is why it was always considered a top 3 anime of all time.
Yeah.
Now it's getting its own TCG, and they've had cards, they've had sets in the past and stuff like that, but this is now being run by Bandai that are doing One Piece and that are doing Dragon Ball. Like I mentioned, they're doing Gundam. So highly playable games, highly collectible games.
They got a really good thing going on with One Piece.
Well, they've got an amazing thing going on. One Piece is constantly on the rise.
Yeah.
It's about 3 years old now. 3 or 4 years old. I forget, one of the two. So, theoretically it's withstood the test of time.
Yeah.
Because to have that perceived longevity, you kind of want to make it into the approximate 2 to 3 year mark.
Okay.
Where you're still a viable product, you're still a viable game.
Consistent fan base,
and
players.
Yeah, there's a consistent, consumer base for both of those items.
Like collecting and playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you can make it the approximate 2 to 3 year mark, you could conceivably see it long-term success in that, because a lot of TCG come and go. Even like somewhat recently, Riftbound was all the rage. When Origins dropped, when Spirit Forge dropped. I remember down at the shop, Spirit Forge dropped, and the day of, people are coming in asking if we got it. Of course we don't. It sold out ages ago.
Yeah.
Right?
That's such a huge IP though, and it's already got
massive IP. Massive
existing fan base.
Theoretically, they didn't even need to go into this space, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So it's not like they needed to save the IP by any means. I think they probably just saw how hot TCG is in general.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's create
Riot's
something.
Like, let's get in on that.
Now, all of a sudden, it's kind of quiet. You know what I mean? It hasn't, that revs dropped a little bit.
Yeah. So I was funny about that because
product is on shelves. You know what I mean? You can.
Oh, it's not even selling out as much.
It's not selling out as much. There is product on shelves.
Yeah.
We've got Spirit Forge on shelf.
Wow.
And it's kind of sitting there.
See, it
trickles away. It over time it sort of trickles away, but it's not flying off the shelf. And how long is Riftbound really? 6 months?
Came out like September 25, I think.
It was September? I thought it was a little bit later.
November, maybe. It was last quarter of 2025.
So it hasn't even hit a year.
No.
Right. Yeah. Is it going to go another year before they call it quits?
That's such an interesting one. See, I'm and I say a league player, but I haven't played for a few years, so probably an ex-league player. Because I don't need that kind of toxic stress in my life.
Life is stressful enough.
Yeah, life is hard enough without League of Legends.
Yeah.
But it's a great game. Like, it is so easy to get addicted to. And, they've got the anime now, Arcane, which was huge. And they're trying to create a bit of a universe around the game, right? Branding.
Which I can appreciate that.
Yeah, right. Like, that's really where you go. If you're trying to build it up, like you want to, create it like, But the game itself, the TCG, I found was a little bit boring. Like, it wasn't, I didn't play it much. I watched some YouTube of it, and I understood the game. It's essentially what it is. It's the League of Legends PC game, like the video game, in a board game format.
Yeah.
So it doesn't play like...
Doesn't translate.
It doesn't translate.
Well,
it feels like you're playing a board game.
Yeah, sure.
Rather than a card game where you've got like, like when you're dueling and you've got monsters and you've got like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, and you've got the objective of the game is completely abstract to anything else you've done, right? It's very similar to TCGs, but it's not like a video game, right? The Riftbound game is very much like you got to control parts of the map. You put physical maps on the table, and your objective is to move your champion or units to that section of the map, like you do in the video game, and control that area. And it's about territory control. And essentially, the more territory you control, the more you advance, the more you win objectives, and eventually you overcome the enemy and destroy the nexus, right? That's the same thing in the board game, but you have you do that 8 times, you control that little section for 8 turns, and you just move your counter up, and once you get to that 8th one, you win. So essentially the game could go on forever if you didn't have this counter. And it just didn't feel like why don't you move into the opponent's base and start attacking them? You know what I mean? I don't know. It was very copy and pasted, and then you had this weird scoring tactic.
Yeah.
If League of Legends didn't exist, I don't think that as a TCG would have even got much hype.
Yeah. So realistically, with Naruto coming out now, One Piece and Dragon Ball have quite similar sort of key objectives within their respective games. So when I say similar, by no means are they. Maybe on the face of it, to the untrained eye, it might seem like they're the same in some way, but ultimately you've got a leader, and you want to dwindle that leader's life down to 0, and you do that by essentially summoning your characters.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the gist of it, right? Yes, there are nuances there, and how we get there through, every turn you get, if it's One Piece, you have to use your Don to summon or to bring on a character, and in Dragon Ball you have to use your energy to bring on characters. There's nuances there, right? But ultimately your objective is get your leader down to 0 life, right? From 8 to 0. So if that's what Bandai have done so far, and I haven't even dabbled in Gundam by any means, so I'm not sure if it's similar. But I'm just going off of these two. One could only kind of assume that Naruto will go in a similar direction, right?
Seems like they know what they're doing.
They've got this.
Right?
They've got more or less a system.
Yeah.
Heck, if they honestly carbon copied both of those games and did a extremely similar thing, you've got a leader. The leader has life. There's some kind of energy format type of thing. It'll probably be like chakra and stuff that you develop once every turn that you then use to bring on characters and stuff.
Yeah, some form of currency.
It kind of almost writes itself in that sense.
Yeah.
You could almost assume its success. We know Bandai can make sensational cards. Like, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, and Dragon Ball cards are just objectively stunning. I'm not a massive One Piece guy, but I work with a lot of One Piece. Again, objectively stunning.
They are
cards,
pretty impressive, yeah.
Right? And when they get in, when they start getting into those rarities, those high tier cards and stuff like that, they just constantly get better to look at.
Yeah.
Right? Regardless of whether or not you're a fan. They're probably going to do the same with Naruto. Naruto's a huge anime. It's got a pretty big IP itself. Very, very popular characters. If they go down a similar route, I can see that they're not going to take over by any means. One Piece way too far ahead. Dragon Ball, for where it's at, way too far ahead. But they'll just be yet another option. And then external to Pokemon, because Yu-Gi-Oh is very It's not as big on
Very
collector
niche.
base.
It's very niche.
It's very
They're only
player
just
heavy.
starting to get back. They're only just starting to do some collector things, right?
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
they're doing really cool collector
Yeah.
things. But it's still so heavily player based.
Yeah.
Pokemon, the opposite, heavy collector base, but because of how big the Pokemon IP is, their approximate, you could almost say 10% player base is massive, right? Their 10% trumps everything,
And
everything
they've
that
got
Bandai do.
structured leagues and
Yeah,
world champs and
massive
everything.
things,
It's
right?
proper.
Yeah. But what Bandai are doing are creating TCGs that are both extremely collectible and extremely playable.
Yeah.
And both fun to do so.
Yeah.
Naruto's gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's my wallet is crying in advance, right? It's meant to drop in 2027.
Right.
And I'm already like...
I think we might see a big shift of people from Pokemon to Naruto.
No, honestly, I disagree, because I think Pokemon will always have their collector base, will always have their player base.
Yeah.
Take me, for example, right? Pokemon and Dragon Ball.
But people can only spend so much money on TCGs, you know? And if you're maybe a casual Pokemon collector just for funsies, and you don't really know all the details and all the, the sets and all the different ins and outs, and you're not really deep into it, and you just like, I like some cards, you might also now go, oh, I've kind of lost interest a little bit in Pokemon. I've got all the Pokemon I like, but Naruto, I grew up on it and I love it, blah, blah, blah. That's going to be my next little hobby that I'm going to be interested, because it's new, it's exciting, it's different, right?
I suppose what I'm saying is, with how big Pokemon is anyone ever really out of Pokemon? You know what I mean? Like, it takes one set.
I think they say that most people only stay in the TCG for like a year or two. Like as a consumer, I think that people, like, there's I don't want to quote anyone, but I remember hearing it a couple of times that's what they've noticed in the past, that people will stay in it for a year or two. You got obviously like your hardcore base, right, and they're just like in it for life, and then your casuals, so to say, come in for about a year or two. And that's kind of like, when you get into something as a hobby, you might like, oh, I'm enjoying playing golf at the moment. That's what I'm doing. And I'm enjoying knitting sweaters. That's what I'm going to do.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So those kind of people where they have a casual hobby for a little bit, they'll get into it. It's new, it's exciting. And then once they kind of reach a certain point in it of like, of competency, you'll say, where they've reached a certain level where they learned enough and they've had their fun with it, they move on to the next thing. I think those people will move.
Maybe.
That's what they got to do, right?
I'd like to see...
As a market, if you're entering a market, you got to try and steal some customers from someone else.
I would like to see some stats on it, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think it would be actually really interesting to see just how many people leave an IP like Pokemon to jump into One Piece, to jump into Dragon Ball, or to jump into Naruto when it drops.
You'd see it mostly in the players, right? Because you would know just from card shops what kind of tournaments they're hosting, right? And then outside of the card shops, if there's more regional kind of tournaments and how big those things kind of get.
Like Dragon Ball really started to dwindle away. Right. It is it's now 10 sets in. Like 10 main sets
main
in.
lines.
They've had a couple of like offshoot sets. They call them the manga boosters, which are really, really cool. So up until FB08, like, full admission, I dropped off the game after the third set came out. Not for any particular reason. I suppose I just wasn't being gripped in anymore. Right? So the novelty of how new it was wore off. And there was nothing coming out that was making me stay. You know what I mean? So I kind of just like, when you listen to a brand new song 100 times a day that it comes out, and then over time you just start listening to it less and less.
Yeah.
That was me playing the actual game.
Yeah.
Right, so I played it heaps and heaps. Then I started playing it less and less, and then before I knew it, I hadn't touched it for like a year. Then they announced the return of the anime, Dragon Ball Super, which was just mammoth news.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge, because it had been about 8 years since Dragon Ball Super finished. Now we got the Broly movie, we got Dragon Ball Daima, we got Dragon Ball Superhero. But in terms of a main run, like I suppose weekly episodic show, it's been around about 8 years since Dragon Ball Super, the actual anime show, ended.
And what do they base their TCG sets on? Like for Pokemon's based on the games,
just various. Yeah, just various. So they don't necessarily follow it specific to arcs or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, so they're not doing it like, Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z and then Saiyan Saga and then Frieza Saga. Like, they're not doing that. They're just basically, they're pulling characters. And then, like the most recent set, FB10, has, I forget the name of the movie. Oh, geez, it escapes me. But do you recall Bojack, the villain? This kind of green, he almost looks like a bit of a pirate type of thing.
I know the name, but I can't visualize what it looks like.
This was essentially like the second time. So it was kind of based after Cell.
Let me just look it up because it's going to annoy me now.
It was kind of based after Cell, right? Because this was like the second time Teen Gohan hit that, Super Saiyan 2 form where he started going ham. So this current set, they pulled him in. So he's got his own.
Oh, this guy.
He's got his own. He's a leader, so he's got a leader card. Yeah, that's the one. So he's got a leader card, and then he's got like a whole subset that support that leader card.
Right.
That's what they do. They'll just pull characters. Sometimes they'll regurgitate. So Cell's got another leader card coming out. That's pretty much what they do. But my point was, before we do move on, so the anime got announced alongside what is not technically an anniversary set, but it came out around about the anniversary of the TCG itself. The set was absolutely huge, where you would normally get like a couple of secret rares. This one had like 5 huge chase cards that are literally worth like currently like 2 to 3K.
Jeez.
If you pull one of these.
Yeah.
Absolutely exploded. Those manga boosters that I just mentioned were sitting on shelves. And they were like a couple $100 for a box. And it was really, really cool. It was based on the actual manga.
Yeah.
Right now, per box, they're about $2,000.
Yeah, right.
So the whole thing has absolutely skyrocketed. The game is... I'm back in the game, right? So it's really sucked me back in. So now with Bandai having 2 strong TCG, I think Naruto will pull... I think it'll pull more from their own player bases. I think with the similarity in gameplay, which is likely to happen, I think it'll pull more from One Piece and Dragon Ball, and potentially Gundam if it is similar, than it would from Pokemon. There will be some migration there, but it'll just be a matter of, hey, it's brand new, let's get into this brand new thing, let's see if we like it, versus I'm done with Pokemon, I'm getting into Naruto now because I really enjoy it. So it'll be sort of interesting to see how many wallets are drained when that actually drops. There's been no card leaks, nothing like that. Just a pure announcement.
This announcement.
2027 is happening. Yeah. The announcement comes from Bandai. Doesn't come from random dude on Instagram or anything with a follower base, nothing like that. But speaking of drops, we do have confirmation of the next Rayquaza set.
Yeah.
Right, which we did know was coming.
We knew it was coming.
We knew it was going to be called Storm Emeralda
Mm-hmm.
in the Japanese release. They've officially announced the English name of it now, which honestly, and yes, I love Rayquaza, but I don't want to come across as biased in saying it is one of the coolest set names that has dropped for a really long time. Right, Delta Rain just sounds really cool. It has a sick ring to it.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see, like, I do believe it's going to drop after 30th, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Because we haven't had Pitch Black yet, right? So Pitch Black is coming very, very soon. Storm Emeralda will be dropping kind of shortly, but I think everything will halt for 30th anniversary before we kick off.
Well, we're in end of June now. So there'll probably be, 3 more releases till the end of the year. And we probably know it's going to be Pitch Black, 30th anniversary, and then Delta Rain.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Maybe a set right before Christmas.
Maybe a holiday set before Christmas, maybe. But otherwise, 3, at most 4.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to honestly see how this affects Rayquaza prices moving forward as well.
So we haven't had a Rayquaza set.
We haven't had a Rayquaza. Look, we had Evolving Skies. Rayquaza was heavily in that.
Yeah, but it wasn't even. It's not even the top chase. Rayquaza in it. At least for some people. Financially, it's not.
We're not going to open up this can again.
It should be,
but it should be. I think it's way better than the Moon Kitty.
Moon Kitty.
But yes, no, it's the last one.
What year did Evolving Skies come out? That was.
When did what? Sorry,
Evolving Skies. When did that come out?
Oh, that's like 5-6 years old or something. Yeah. Like that now. But Rayquaza wasn't on the front of a set prior to that. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I think it was like Ancient Origins.
Ancient Origins, and there's another set.
Which was a few gens ago. A few generations ago, not even a few years ago.
Rayquaza featured in a few other sets, but not as full art or anything like that. This set at the end of the year, I think, is going to be a very interesting... what do you call it? Hype in prices for, because we see this habit, this pattern every time. The old cards that relate to that new set coming out. So all the old Rayquaza cards in preparation for a new Rayquaza card. All of a sudden the demand starts picking up. Because everyone goes, because I do this, right? Everyone goes, oh, there's a, new Blastoise coming out, like, with 151. Oh, what other Blastoise cards are there out there? Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get the new one. It's too expensive. I can't get my hands on it. I might just go check out some of the old ones, right? But everyone thinks like that.
Yes.
So you'll find as soon as it gets released, people start looking and steady. So it's been, it's been $20, it's been $30. Some of the full art's been a couple hundred, whatever. And then closer and closer to the release of the set containing that Pokemon, that card just steadily rises all the way up to release, and then it will continue with the new card coming out.
Yeah, it happens pretty much every time.
Yeah. We erupted.
Is he okay?
It doesn't look melted. I don't want to touch it.
I don't think he's okay.
It actually had a caution hot do not touch sticker then. I removed it. And
so now we can touch.
And of course, well, now I'm the first person to go, oh, there's no sticker. There's no warning sign.
Obviously. Yeah, you've removed the rule. The rule doesn't exist. But in terms of set releases, we have just seen, I don't know if it's confirmed yet, Yeah, but we have seen reports like this previously in the past. With
me?
I don't know, one of us vibrated.
Just
With
on silent.
the TCG trademarking titles, names, etc. And then the speculation begins.
Yeah,
because there are people that watch these things.
Yeah, they sit there and watch the publication for every trademark.
Yeah, it's.
I wonder what goes on there. How do they actually how do they know these things?
When was the last time you painted a wall? How long did you watch it dry for? I feel like it'd be something like that. Come on, man. How many times it? Anyway,
Someone's sitting there refreshing, like it's like or it's like the download data and like run an algorithm to try to find keywords.
Put it this way, I'm happy to see these news and these reports. I could not be the person reporting them.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely not.
And what it is, right? Because I don't think we've even said that. We both know what it is, but that the trademark people reporting things get trademarking in well, you already said that, right? In anticipation of something new coming out.
Yeah.
Right? It happens with games.
Yeah, too. It does. It happens with games. It's happened with this TCG in the past.
It's mainly a Japanese thing, right?
Yeah, that we kind of tend to see.
We hear about it from Japan.
Correct. Yes, correct. Yeah. Well, I suppose we would only need to worry about the Japanese because A, it comes out first.
Yeah.
And B, if it comes out in Japanese, it's coming out in English.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like I never heard of like GTA 6 getting trademarked 10 years ago.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I get what you mean. So the
which is
new
coming out this year too, by the way.
Not hey.
It's coming out. Did you see? GTA 6 is coming out in like November this year.
Yeah, it's coming out in November 2038. Yeah, it's currently in development. They just started developing.
You can pre-order it, and you get the case with no disc. You get a download code. Apparently, they backtracked that and they released the thing with the disc.
Yeah, that was they should backtrack that. Yeah. That was a horrible idea.
Some people are saying tinfoil that was their plan all along because they reckon people are double dipping now. People go, oh, it's coming out. I'm going to pre-order it, right, just to get the download code in a case, right, and then the next day they release pre-orders for download for a case and a disc. So some people would bought it twice.
Sure. That game is going to see so many like hermit crabs go back into their little shells, we're not going to see people walking the streets for a while.
It's been great.
But honestly, man, I don't even believe the game's coming out until I'm holding it.
Anyway, we'll hype something up and we got sidetracked. So we got
what were we talking about again? No, so the trademark that was put in was, and I'm reading this verbatim, are you perhaps with Team Rocket?
Perhaps.
Question mark.
Who's asking?
Great question. Great question. Who is asking?
None of your business. How about that?
What if the answer's no?
Yeah.
If the answer's yes, what are we doing then?
It could be just a kid show.
Could be.
Yeah.
If it is,
it's like kind of dancing around. Are you with Team Rocket?
That is such a disappointment.
Do you know what I mean? That's it. No, I'm not.
So naturally people are, yeah, correct. So naturally people are just going, sick. Another Team Rocket set.
What a weird name for a set.
Very weird name for a set. That's what I'm saying. Would it be some kind of like a holiday version of a Team Rocket set, perhaps?
Oh, it could be.
Yeah, something like that. There's no other information.
Oh, it could be because like you could get like a Christmas calendar. You know what I mean? And like you got to open the little, like on the first day of Christmas, you open it up. Is it a Team Rocket? No, it's not. You know what I mean?
Are you perhaps on drugs?
No, well, you know, it could be. No, but so when they did the Destined Rival set in Japanese,
Glory Hole of Team Rocket.
Yeah.
When
they trademarked the Glory Hole, everyone knew what it was, and they trademarked the one before it. Oh my god, I've just completely blanked. One that had the Misty stuff in it.
The Misty stuff in it?
Yeah, like Misty's Lapras and everything. But it was part of the English
Battle Partners.
Battle Partners.
Battle Partners was Japanese.
Oh yeah, Japanese Battle Partners in the Glory Team Rocket made Destined Rivals. Yes. So when those got trademarked, I remember that getting released, and everyone's like, Team Rocket set, right? Has to be.
But also when Battle Partners did get trademarked, it was almost a confirmation that like partner Pokemon were back. Which was really hype for people that enjoyed, like the gym era kind of Pokemon.
Yeah.
So this is kind of leading on to that now.
Yeah.
So now we're getting this question trademarked.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a trademark like that. So sure, obviously something Team Rocket is happening.
Context is so weird.
But it's a very strange trademark.
Mm.
Now, look, I'm a big anime guy, and there's a lot of weird titles in anime, like literal sentences.
Mm-hmm.
So
you think it could be an anime?
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying like, Japan are just keen to like,
yeah,
let's just name something whatever the hell we want.
And that's the thing. It might not sound weird in Japanese.
Yeah.
To us, it sounds, because it's direct translation.
Or maybe it's kind of like, like that time I got reincarnated as a slime is the name of an anime. I haven't watched it. It pops up on my Crunchyroll.
Isn't that a documentary of yours? That's an autobiography.
Yes, correct. Is trademarked. So maybe it's just something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a set that is not going to have like a short, sharp title to it, like there have been. Battle Partners, done. Heatwave Arena, done.
That's what I was thinking of.
Glory of Team Rocket was a slightly lengthier one, but
that's what I was tripping on. Heatwave.
But maybe they're just leaning towards that now. Maybe they're just because it's almost become a bit of a norm in the anime world, like literally just sentences, long ass questions and stuff as names of anime shows. Maybe they're dipping their toe in that direction with TCG. Maybe it's something completely unrelated. Who knows? Maybe it is quite literally. Maybe it's a promotional thing.
Are you part of Team Rocket? Perhaps. What is it?
Are you perhaps with Team Rocket?
Are you perhaps with Team Rocket? You are.
Yes.
You're Giovanni himself.
Yes, I run the joint.
So this is really sus coming from you. If I reported on it, it could be like legit news. But like if Giovanni, literally the leader of Team Rocket, comes out and is like, oh yeah, I'm doing this thing, like, blah, 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 perhaps. Yeah.
So one thing that I wanted to sort of touch on, sorry, we are going to shift gears a little bit. But essentially one of the reasons we're here is because of how hype this whole trading card thing is.
Oh, I thought you were saying like, why do we exist? Like, what's the meaning of life? Same answer.
That's the next episode.
Same answer. Trading cards, Pokemon. That's
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly right. Yes. To lose more money. So this COVID was a massive hike in TCG, in Pokemon especially.
Yeah.
But a lot of influencers and stuff got into it. Influencers have, you guessed it, influence. Namely, one of the most like polarizing names, especially within this hobby.
Here we go.
Being Logan Paul. Right? Logan Paul had that
top bloke.
Had that mammoth stream that he did with the 2 First Eddie shuttleless boxes.
Yeah. He also bought all those G.I. Joe cards.
that was funny. That was too funny. But look, that honestly, side note, that goes to show that even experts can get fooled.
Everyone can get duped. Yeah.
If the job is done well enough.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you vaguely recall, but Logan didn't just buy that off a whim from Joe Blow.
No, that was like a proper...
It got authenticated and everything.
And
don't remember
know,
I don't remember who authenticated it, but it was like a proper
there was like a baseball card company authenticator
of some variety.
and
Yeah,
you
somebody who
know,
was like a legit expert.
it was legit, and you know that was not staged because, like,
No.
okay, it's YouTube, and you know these guys, you know, just do things for views, right? But that you know because they actually broke it down and went through this how we bought it, who we bought it from. Here we go.
Yeah, it's all right.
And the look on the poor guys' faces with like the authenticators, I felt really bad for them because they were just like, oh shit, we fucked up. Like we got this wrong. It is on camera. There's like this big influencer with us, and like our whole brand and our like everything is just like you saw their faces drop, and like you wouldn't. Well, you don't want that, Fred. You don't. We wouldn't wish that on anyone. You know what I mean?
Well, what did Logan dump into it? Something like if I remember correctly, it was something like 8 mil.
Yeah, it was
something ridiculous.
There was dollars.
Right?
Yeah,
big bucks. Yeah. Well, it was a first Eddie case.
It was a case. Yeah, sealed case.
What? Do any more of those even exist?
The guys are looking at it like you can see the compression of the tape, and this kind of wear comes with age. There's no way that you can fast track this, and the way this is sealed is indented. And oh my god, I was watching it and I was so convinced. I'm like, yeah, bro, like that's a case. Like there's Pokemon inside there.
And from if I remember correctly, it came through a few people.
Yeah.
Like reputable people that Logan had actually kind of trusted. So it goes to show, man, you do the thing well enough, you'll even dupe the experts.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was we sort of sidetracked a little bit. But obviously he had that big stream. He sold prices for packs for I don't even know what kind of prices. I don't remember what those prices are. I think people currently are saying that it was like well above market or something like that.
Well, it's the hype for this. Like it's the experience of getting it from him, and there's a whole brand around it, and PSA
to the point
stamped
where
it, all that stuff.
Where PSA had even agreed to label them as such if you sent them off for grading.
Yeah.
To label the fact that this was a card attained through that stream.
Yeah.
Which was I found very interesting, to
be
honest. Right? But anyways, very polarizing character.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people really hate the guy. I guess they hate him for inflating or for having a hand in inflating the hobby to what it is. Maybe. I
think a lot of the dislike, and personally I'm not a fan of him or his brother. Not that I hate on them, but I never watched them. Like
I never watched their YouTube.
I only heard about them because they got really, really big. Like they were mainstream. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's when I started hearing. And started seeing them more. Yeah.
But what I think is they're actors. Really, they pretend not to be actors, but they're actors. And they do a lot of things purely for hype and for views and for money, and they do a lot of crap. Like there's a lot of controversy around these guys. A lot of misleading business endeavors and stuff like that. So I think a lot of hate comes from the distrust in those characters.
Yeah.
But I suppose... But credit to them, they've got a huge platform and they're making bank, so...
Correct, yes. But I suppose also, like... They don't only have a big influence, they arguably have one of the biggest influences. Or I should say Logan in particular has one of the biggest influences. His brother Jake Paul as well is huge. Like his amateur boxing.
He's pro.
Fights? Is he pro?
He's getting paid.
Sure, whatever.
You know what I mean? Like if he's
Netflix.
He didn't come up the ranks like any other pro fighter would.
Yeah. Correct.
But he is fighting. You know, he's a legit good fighter.
He got good.
He's a legit good fighter.
No, he did. He did get good.
You know?
It looked scrappy in the beginning.
Yeah.
But he worked on his craft.
But yeah, and he spent. You can tell he spent hours in the gym. Like he's put in the work.
Granted, he came across actual boxers that have been training for a long time.
Well, he's fighting all ex-UFC. You know,
that's what I'm saying. They're all like non-boxers.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, he picked his battles.
And then, sure, he beat him. Yeah, he picked his battles very, very wisely. Picked his battles. And then the moment he comes across an actual boxer, not Mike. I'm not even saying Mike Tyson.
He fought Joshua, didn't he? Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I don't know if he fought him or nearly died.
Was it a fight? Or was it a Josh? Was it an Anthony Joshua training session?
It was one of those moments. I swear you could see it on Anthony Joshua's face.
Didn't he actually? He genuinely broke his jaw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in a couple places.
Yeah.
But that would have been one of those moments where like Anthony Joshua would have seen that contract come through and be like, fuck, all right. Like, absolutely, I'm taking this fight. I'm not even going to train for it. How are we talking? We're talking about
these Logan boys have been in TCG controversy again of late.
Yes, well, just very, very, very recently. So obviously, previously, yes, he did the first edition Shadowless Pokemon boxes, but he sold those. It was like a money spinner, essentially, right? This time around, it was Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? He opened first edition Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon, right? The North American print as well, because they do a few different sort of prints. So it was a North American print, legit first Eddie box, very expensive.
This is a box of booster packs, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
A sealed booster box.
Yeah.
A couple maybe? I forget. Anyway. So people are going ham at him for this. Because, he's doing it again. He's not really, because this time around he actually didn't sell the packs.
Right.
He just streamed him opening them. Right? For those who don't follow or don't follow his current wrestling career, he's pretty good in the WWE.
Yeah.
You gotta say. He's gone beyond a celebrity appearance.
Does he play a heel?
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
He apparently struggled with it in the beginning.
Right.
Because he wanted to be like a baby face.
Yeah.
But he was just getting booed so much.
Yeah.
That it was apparently bothering him. He
really?
couldn't. Well,
I don't think the WWE crowd is his kind of fan base. Do you know what I mean?
Well, but it's also like he's not he didn't come from a wrestling background.
Yeah.
Right? So he didn't quite understand how crowds react according to whether they like you or not.
Yeah.
And how vocal they can be.
Yeah.
So he was quite like jarred by it because, he thought he was being, a baby face and he's getting booed out the building. But the second he leaned into being an actual heel, very good. Like, you got to say he's legitimately very, very good.
So what's he done with these Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
So essentially what he's done is, sorry, the reason I got sidetracked by WWE is because he tore his tricep.
Yeah.
Right? And you can see it in the stream. He's got a massive cast on.
Yeah.
And he's opening the cards out here somewhere because his arm's almost fully straight. So I guess this was something to do whilst he's healing. He's going to be on the shelf for 6-7 months probably. So he was just opening the packs.
Yeah.
For himself.
Yeah.
Because rich guy.
Yeah.
And to be even more rich guy, he opened them in a very specific way. Now, Twitter has gone off on him because, they're saying that he faked the packs and stuff like that, and you can't get 2 ultra rares in one pack. This is absolutely ridiculous because there's a short clip going around of him going from one of the arms of Exodia into the head of Exodia.
Right.
Right.
So how did he Did he open all the packs first, take out the hit, and stack all the hits up, and then show them?
Well,
or
that's
did he?
exactly what he did.
That's what he did.
So he did it the very rich guy version.
Didn't even go
of a
through
pack
the
opening.
cards.
He didn't do the 1x1s or
Right.
anything like that. I suppose he didn't give a shit. I didn't watch this stream by any means, so I don't know if he opened multiple boxes and one of them was just going to be his mega pack.
Yeah.
YouTubers do this frequently.
Yeah.
They do it all the time. They do it for a laugh.
I see them do a big brick, like they'll open 10 boosters and then just go through that.
Correct. One guy who used to do it all the time, who he hasn't made Pokemon content in ages, and I hope he does again. And when he inevitably watches our podcast and he hears me talking, maybe it'll spark him up.
100%. Yeah.
But Max Mofo was always one of he's the best. I love him so much. But he used to do that frequently.
Yeah.
Never a stupid amount or anything. It was always like, I don't know, 5-6 packs. Essentially, open the pack, go to the hit card. You make sure it's facing away so you don't see the hit card. You put the hit card separate to the bulk.
Right.
And then you open the next pack, hit card on top, separate to the bulk.
Yeah.
You just keep doing it until you have a bit of a stack of the actual hit cards.
Mm-hmm.
Then, for content, pull it up and you're just going through the hits. That's it. That's what he did. Right? But you should see how quickly people go to hate because of that short clip showing that he went from one ultra rare to another. Now, for those who don't know Yu-Gi-Oh, those old sets have, for the most part, 2 ultra rares per box.
Right.
Right? And a secret rare if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And this was that case. Now, when he made his mega pack, he happened to stack one ultra rare on top of the other. He wasn't to know that because you put them face down away from you.
Yeah.
So it's all a reveal. But people have taken it and they've run.
Mm.
And that's just because of how much they hate this guy.
Mm.
All right? They hate him for what he did to this hobby and et cetera, et cetera.
Mm.
Now, I feel like I'm the only guy who doesn't care. Like, I don't necessarily like him. I like him for what he does in WWE because I do like watching WWE. But external to that, like, I don't know, it doesn't faze me as much.
Yeah.
As to, the fact that he's had influence on the hobby.
You think he's got unnecessary amounts of hate?
I think he has.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, he's making content like so many YouTubers are.
But he's playing a heel on WWE. His whole brand is to be hated.
Well, it's kind of, yeah. At the
moment,
what I mean? It is. But, like, if he's making similar content, granted, sure, with a lot more money perhaps on it, but he's making similar content to what a lot of YouTubers do.
Yeah.
Right? Your PokeRevs, your PokeVault, what's the Aussie guy?
PokeRev gets a lot of hate too.
It does get a lot of hate, but that's a whole other episode.
Yeah.
The Aussie guy, what's his name? Unlisted Leaf. Yeah, all these people are making content.
Yeah.
Right? He is as well. Is it his fault for how many people watch him? Don't get me wrong. He's put himself in this position, right? He's developed this career. He's got a lot of eyeballs on him because of the content from the past that he's created up until this point.
Yeah.
His whole Logan Paul brand and how big that brand is, with the Prime and the this and the that. But does that then mean what? He should be banned from making?
Well, I just think that it's
bits of content.
He's mixing his brands and identity, or like he just does random shit all the time.
Well,
like,
I feel like he ultimately does what he wants.
Yeah, and that's if you're doing stuff like that and you've got a lot of distrust behind you, like he had that TCG platform where you could invest in part of a card and part of
that was a shady.
That was shady, and he's done. There's been other incidents like this. If you go on YouTube and like look up Jake Paul controversy or Jake Paul, scams. There's so people have gone through and broken down like 3 or 4 instances where he's done some shady things.
Probably, yeah.
It doesn't help being in the limelight like he is that you can't get away with anything. And it may not be as shady as people are making it out to be, but you know, it's the internet.
Look, I suppose what I'm excuse me, what I'm asking is, like, should we be mad at him for making, let's say, Pokemon content? I know, like, Yu-Gi-Oh was the recent one, but should we be mad at him for making Pokemon content just because of the eyeballs that he has on him?
Yes.
Why?
I think the hate probably comes from people see a clip on the internet and jump to conclusions.
That's exactly what they did with this Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, they saw a little snippet and they go, "Oh, fuck that guy. He's done shady shit in the past before.
Therefore, this must be shady."
This exactly right, and there's confirmation bias there because they want it to be shady and they want to hate on him, and he's a heel in WWE, and they see other people hating on him, and they go, "Yeah, let's all get on team versus this guy." You know what I mean? And to be honest, I don't think he cares. Like he's got, like, I would assume, a whole marketing and brand crew that would be like, just do that. That's fine. Some people will love it. Some people will hate it. At the end of the day, it's comments, it's likes, it's people talking about you like we are now.
Yeah.
That's boosting his branding. That's boosting his image. That's just getting him in the spotlight more and more. More eyes means more money.
Yeah.
All right. And so
from a marketing standpoint, sensational. That's exactly where you want to be.
Is it fair, or are people getting baited?
Probably column A and B.
Probably a little bit from the left, a little bit from the right. Yeah, right.
Yes. So he is a smart guy when it comes to that marketing side of things.
Yeah.
Right. So you can't help but assume he knows what he's doing to a certain extent. Right. He knows that doing a certain thing will get a certain reaction.
Yeah.
Why does he know that? Because he's done it so many times in the past.
That's right.
Now, this guy streamed this pack opening. Right? Logan Paul streamed himself opening Legend of Blue Eyes. He didn't sell packs. He didn't, like, this is going to the next highest bidder, like he would on Whatnot or anything like that. He just opened it because he wanted to. And got a lot of hate behind it. Now, to be very specific, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! People need to, like, relax a little bit, because you're not going to get a massive influx of people going into Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is very heavy player base, like we mentioned earlier, and it is one of the most complicated games on the face of the earth.
Oh, there's no way the whole Pokemon thing is going to...
That's not going to translate over.
No.
It's not going to.
The pattern is not going to repeat itself.
It's absolutely not going to.
Yeah.
Right? Because people are going to grab a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card and be like, fucking what?
Yeah. And what is this wall of text down here that I need to read to understand what the hell's going on?
Yeah, so they don't need to worry. And from a collector standpoint, it's more collectible for the players than it is for
modern Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, than it is for random people. Right? Random people will, if anything, it might raise the prices of, say, Legend of Blue Eyes or Spell Ruler or Pharaoh Servant, the OG sets, like the first sort of 5 or 6 sets.
Yeah.
Highly collectible. Right?
But
You want to chase the Jinzo.
Also,
you want to chase Red Eyes.
People, the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards were the strong ones were collectible. Like, they were rare, but they were also, like, beast cards.
Yeah.
You know
correct. I mean? Now, those beast cards are not.
Right.
Right? Because right now, the game is wild to the point where, like, funny little sidetrack, when Master Duel came out. I don't know if you played a little bit of Master Duel when it dropped.
I did on my phone.
I jumped on and I thought, fun, I'm going to make like a Blue Eyes deck.
Yeah.
Dude, I was losing in the first round, in the first turn. That never used to be a thing.
Yeah.
You couldn't even attack on your first turn.
Yeah.
Now you're losing a duel on your first turn. What do you mean?
Yeah.
So I'm literally sitting there watching cards come in, cards come out. Oh, this card effect can now bring on this monster, which can now affect this one again, and now I can bring on an even better monster, and it just like keeps going.
I have no idea how much
I'm just watching it, going,
what's happening? Yeah.
And I was just like, I'll put it down. I'll just leave for a little while.
Yeah.
I'll come back. The guy's still going.
Yeah.
Like, it's been 15 minutes, brother. Finish your first turn. Yu-Gi-Oh's safe in that regard, right? Yes, it may raise the prices of the OG sets. Maybe some of those OG cards will go up a little bit incrementally. But I suppose ultimately my point is, like, the guy just opened packs. He opened very expensive ones. Why? Because he's got expensive taste. Why? Because he's got a lot of money.
Who's hating on him? Is it the TCG community? Is it Yu-Gi-Oh players? Is it WWE fans?
Look, I think WWE fans hated him because it's like, hey, what are you doing in my waters? But now they boo him because he's a heel.
Yeah.
But I feel like unless they live under a rock, you have to acknowledge how good he actually is.
No, but for his Yu-Gi-Oh stream,
it seems to be Yu-Gi-Oh people really going at him.
Probably because maybe they're not fans of him anyway. They're like, same thing. Get out of our hobby.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Because we don't want you to have the influence that you did on Pokemon.
Yeah.
He's not going to.
He's not going to.
Let's make sure we keep that clear.
Yeah.
But even talking about Pokemon people really hate the guy.
Yeah.
Right? As if he's the sole reason that you're struggling to get hands-on product. Yeah, sure, he had a play in it. But I don't think it's from a nefarious standpoint. I don't think he did it to raise his own Pokemon stock that he had on hand.
You don't?
Well, I
There's
don't
been
know.
a lot of
I don't know the guy, right? So I can't speculate something like that.
How much hype over his $5 million card turned into what, $16 million card? He wore it on WWE. He partnered with Godin. He did all this marketing stuff for it. Like, if he just bought that card, put it on his shelf, and never spoke about it and sold it privately, would it have sold for $16 million?
Yeah.
USD?
Well, you wouldn't be able to sell it privately because it was essentially a one of one.
No, but you'd have to have your name and brand associated with it.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Well, because he's such a draw, just being who he is, Golden essentially partnered with him on it because they knew he was going to bring eyeballs.
Yeah, exactly. So right? he does do things to actively profit from it when he's with something that he's turned into his own product, his own brand. He's taken something like if that Illustrated Pikachu card, if some quiet billionaire in the US who faceless, didn't want public to be known, bought it for his own enjoyment, right, for $5 million back
just
when,
to say that he owned it
because he likes the card, puts it on his gold-plated desk in his office and looks at it for a few years and really not likes it, and then goes, oh, you know what? I kind of need that $5 million, or I want to move this on. It wouldn't sell for $16 million. That card was completely inflated by his 5-year marketing campaign that he did with it.
I will lightly disagree because I don't think he did it like a massive campaign on it. I think
he wore it on his neck on TV.
No, but after that, when did you see it?
All over social media, all the time.
I personally, I hardly ever saw it.
Really?
And with how flooded my feed is with Pokemon and stuff, I'm sure I would have come across it a few times.
Dude, it was everywhere. After he did the sale campaign, like
after he wore it at WrestleMania. After he wore it at WrestleMania,
yeah,
I might have seen it a couple of times, at most. And then after however many years it was, he then sold it with Golden.
Yeah,
now they're very big in that space,
of course,
right? Not specifically Pokemon. Sure, they're probably bigger now, but they're very, big in like as a collectible auction.
He was showing on the news. He took it on the news, like Morning America and stuff.
Yeah, everything,
There's
right?
a full marketing campaign
there was a marketing campaign associated with that auction.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, absolutely there was. Prior to that, not a hell of a lot. I don't believe.
How much do you think that card would be worth today if Jake Paul never bought it initially?
Logan, you mean?
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. If he never bought it, I don't think it'd be 5. I think it'd be a lot more than 5 mil.
It would have gone up with the hype of Pokemon.
Yes.
But would it have 3x'd to 16 mil?
Yeah, look. 3x it is in conjunction with Logan Paul being Logan Paul. Right. Also, partly because a lot of people wanted it at the same time. Right. I believe some big dick swinging company are the ones that acquired it as like a company asset type of thing. I don't think it was like a private collector.
Only possible if they deal in collectibles.
Well, maybe they just put it away in a vault, knowing that as a company they own a $16 million card.
Yeah,
maybe.
But it's not like
maybe they can borrow against it or something. Who knows? So, as far as I'm aware, some big conglomerate took it on board. Yeah, look, to answer your question, no, I don't think it would have 3x'd, right? If it didn't have Logan Paul associated with it. I think it would have 2x'd, at least. I think it would have sold for 10. I think it still would have been the biggest Pokemon sale of all time. It's just now it's bigger than what it would hypothetically have been.
And that's why people hate on him, right? That's why people don't like what he's done, because and he's done things with the and I'm not saying what's right or wrong, right? Because like it's collectible market, like it's just so, there is some legitimate rarity to buying a first edition booster box or booster pack from Logan Paul's stream and getting that graded, and it's apparently legitimate enough that PSA will recognize that as being a collectible and actually authenticate and grade it.
Yep.
Some people disagree with that. And I think that's where that hate comes from, because they go, well, who is this guy to have all this influence and power in this industry? Like, for what reason? That is, I think people see him as kind of being a player in the industry, or taking control of something that he shouldn't be able to take control of. Like why it's a Pokemon card from the Pokemon company, and it's for collectors. Now you're branding it. It's already branded. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's already branded, and you're putting your own brand on it. It's like Jason Page signing something.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, like where do you draw the line? Right? The same people that probably hate on Jason Page probably hate on Jake Paul.
Maybe.
Right? And maybe there's others that do and maybe others that don't, but I think that's the concept, right? Is that the brand already exists. Some would even say Jason Page has more of a claim to it because he actually is involved with the company.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? But I think that's where the hate comes from, and probably people probably don't even sit down and think about it critically and break it down like we do. They just know for some reason they don't like it, and so fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's the internet, bro. Like, people aren't even thinking about things. You know what I mean? They're just also jumping on.
How many people hate because others are hating?
Exactly. Yeah. And they go, oh, yeah, cool. I want to hate something.
Meanwhile, the guy had a slight hand in the fact that your collector app is ticked upwards.
Yeah.
Right. So you're not mad about that, are you?
Well, maybe.
But you're going to be mad. Yeah.
Maybe these people weren't pre-invested. Maybe they missed the boat and now they're mad.
Yeah, now they're mad.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
So they should be.
Yeah. Why weren't you investing in Pokemon 20 years ago? You noob.
You stupid.
Stupid. Everyone knew it was going to 10x.
Obviously, everyone knew, right? Logan just knew a little bit before everyone else.
Yeah, the inside scoop.
He did. Yes. From G.I. Joe.
Have we talked about everything?
Not everything. Everything we want to talk about
Everything
tonight.
we want to talk about?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think we can wrap it up.
Good stuff. Are we expecting any news soon? TCG releases? We're hoping for a bit more imagery on it. Hopefully by next time we do a potty, we get some insights on some more secret rares for 30th. And hopefully some
hopefully something by next week. Yeah, hopefully something by next week.
And hopefully some Quake news too.
Well, that's trickling out. So we've seen like a couple cards. Oh, they're you remember those legend cards where the two cards sort of come together?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're doing that for Pokemon, but they've released that they're doing that for like stadiums.
Oh,
which is interesting.
Yeah.
If it's only stadiums, I don't think people will give a fuck. Personally. Because people want to see those Pokemon, the Pokemon ones, like the legend cards and that. So, we'll see what direction that goes in.
Yeah.
There are some alleged leaks of the big Rayquaza chase and stuff like that. We're not even going to bother revealing them because I'd rather wait for like a legitimate
we'll wait for official release
or something.
Yeah.
A legit leak, like when we get news from somebody who is frequently correct, that's when I think we'll talk about it.
Fabio,
but at the moment, as soon as Fabrizio Romano says "Here we go," then we can reveal.
Imagine that Fabrizio Romano posted the Rayquaza card. Here we go.
That would be a dream come true. But no, I think we're just about done for now. News-wise,
next time we meet, Australia will have won the World Cup.
Yes,
and I'll be with even less of a voice than I have tonight.
Yeah, who needs it, man?
I had no voice last week against after the Turkey game.
Oh, yeah, that's because you were
singing and chanting
you were singing the entire time.
It was great.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Let's do it. Peace out.
See ya.